All right, welcome in to the August the 18th, 2022 AMA for Hodl for Gold, Quantum DeFi, and Hodl for Game. So, what I want to do first is I want to give you guys a quick recap of where we've come. So, for those of you that don't know, Hodl for Gold actually came together at the beginning of November of last year, 2021. We were all brought together from being mods or being in crypto in different sectors and spaces and everything. We were brought together by Diamond Hands. He basically saw in us something, and we all kind of had this one goal of creating a cryptocurrency token and company that really changed the game. That has, we wanted to do things that we saw other tokens not doing the way that we would want them done as investors. So we really approached Hodl4Gold from an investor standpoint, right? Now, we've done a lot in the 8 months that we have launched. We launched on January the 5th of this year. Within 10 minutes, guys, we broke records, right? As far as market cap goes, we reached, 20 million market cap very, very quickly. And, we gave out tons of rewards over the first couple of hours of launching. I believe it was somewhere in the range of, we ended up having to do like $200,000 in BUSD. It was really exciting for all of us. We were the first token to launch with live utility. Right? The first token, think about that for a second. All these tokens that came before us were launching, talking about we're going to have this utility, that utility. We launched with live utility. We had our NFT minter, which is still available. We had our lottery, the V1 of the lotto. And the cool thing about the V1 of the lotto is that our first drawing, we gave out $60,000 in BUSD. The first drawing, we split that 5 ways. So our V1 lotto gave out 60 grand for the first drawing. You want to talk about an awesome time? That video is actually out there where we did that live. And a lot of the people who won are, still a part of our community and will rave about, when that happened. So, it's just fun stuff like that that we try to incorporate in everything we do. So once we did V1 of the lottery, we had the NFT minter. We currently, since we launched, we have launched the NFT marketplace in beta. That will be developed out further as time goes on. It's out there. It's accessible from Quantum, and it's going to be a part of Quantum going forward. So look forward to all the NFT stuff we have coming, partnerships as far as NFTs, but I'll get into that here shortly. So we have given away, guys. I don't know, how many of you have actually followed this, but we have given away over 1 million in BUSD rewards since launch. 1 million US dollars of BUSD since launch in rewards. That's just for holding H4G. That's to the Hodl4Gold holders, right? 1 million. And that's not including the rewards that we've given away on Lotto V1 and now Lotto V2. So 1 million. It's a big number, y'all. So as of right now, we have 6,713 holders. 6,713. We have currently burned 17 trillion 573 billion H4G. 17.5 trillion H4G have been burned. And as y'all know, our tokenomics actually burn every time somebody buys or sells H4G. Our tokenomics, our tokenomics means that every time somebody buys or sells H4G, you get rewarded in BUSD. So the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. All right. So getting back to what I want to talk about tonight. All right, that's just a brief recap. We've done Lotto V2. We've had a lot of redesigns, rebranding that we've done. If you were with us in the beginning, you know our Hodl4Gold website did not look like this at the very beginning, right? So we have rebranded ourselves to be more of a company, not just a cryptocurrency, not just a token, not just a project. We are now a legitimate company. Our office space or our home base is down in Texas. We have our LLC out of Texas, but we also have an incorp that Millie will talk about here shortly. That's going to really excite some people. But we're rebranding, and this is a work in progress. Like, this was the initial stage of the rebranding, was getting the website looking more professional, getting Quantum DeFi, the ecosystem, getting it looking professional in the way that we want it to look, so that when people visit, when new investors and other tokens come in to see if they want to partner with us, when they see these things, they know we're for real. They know we're a legit LLC. They know that we are in this for the long term, and actually making a company of Hodl4Gold and Quantum DeFi. So, scrolling down here, public launch January the 5th, 20 million market cap January the 12th. We've done not only the NFT and the website refresh, but we have also launched Quantum DeFi. Quantum DeFi is our whole ecosystem. Everything that H4G wants to do as far as contests, lottery, staking, NFTs, everything's going to be done through Quantum DeFi, and Quantum DeFi is actually going to be a lot more than that, and we will actually touch on that in a little while as well. So everything that we've done in the last 8 months is gearing up to be able to handle and support the things that we're going to be talking about in this AMA. All right, we've got a lot of information to cover. So what I'm going to do right now is I am going to hand it off to Millie Dilly. He is our acting CEO and Chief Financial Officer, and he's going to go over some of the things that we are doing now, working towards basically making it a brighter future for everybody who is already invested in H4G and is looking to invest in Hodl4Gold. Millie, how are you tonight, sir?
Good, yourself, buddy?
I am doing well, man, doing well. We have been looking forward to this AMA for some time. We've been telling our community it's coming, get ready for the updates, and I am glad that we are finally here and able to do that.
Definitely. I know a lot of people are wanting to know a lot about the updates for H4G. I know they want to know a little bit about quantum and the data we got going with that. And without further ado, the ISL token. Now let's start off with the island token, guys. No, I know there's a lot of questions going on with the incorporation, our banking strategy, our business model. The business model will be drafted here soon. We are going to lay out basically a massive pie chart of investments and income for our holders within the ISL token, how we plan on making not only our investment strategies gain, but as well as the development of the island token. And that'll be for everyone to resource to or refer to. That will probably be within, I would say, 2 weeks deadline. I'm going to be developing that myself. That also goes along with our H4G Flash News, our weekly updates, and something I'll be posting here soon is our H4G International, the Quantum DeFi products and utilities overview. That'll allow you guys to see our engagements, our mentions, online sentiments, our quick updates, who we're engaging with throughout the world. I'm not sure if you want to share that right now, or I can post it.
It's shared.
This all goes, yeah. There we go. This all goes along. This type of newslettering that we're broadcasting for everybody on a new frequency now is not only going to keep y'all informed, but it's also introducing something that we have coming forward. what we have coming forward within the quantum space is going to be live. I'd say a couple months is going to be, market updates, sentiment, what we're looking at as far as our investments go, portfolios, full-on podcasting, etc. within quantum DeFi. We're looking at making it a full-on letterheading as just one of the branches within quantum DeFi, and that's already in development now. So our letterheading and our news updates are slow immersion into that, right? If you guys look through the quantum data, it goes over everything that our $1 million rewards plus our holders. And if you want to take a look at that little blue quantum token bullet point there, I'm sure Rhino can go ahead and update you that on that. But dev updates, CoinGecko listing, sent for review. We're just awaiting a feedback right now. Vanuatu incorp clearance and awaiting. So I sent all my personal information. I sent the bank disclosure. I sent a background check. I got everything notarized so we can go ahead and open up an incorporation in Vanuatu. What does that do for the company? What does that do for the holders? It allows us to move funds in and out of our real estate assets back to the States tax-free. That keeps us low cost and high speed, low cost for the company. Very good advantage as far as crypto goes, and nobody else has done this yet. Nobody has looked at them as a haven for crypto yet. What we're trying to do is get around issues like tornado cash, which we'll also cover here later on in this AMA. So that's going to be a good asset to have. The fact that we thought of this and have the funds to do so, it'll reflect on the charts. And the process of moving the token. So our staking tool as well, and their dev updates process of moving over the token migrator tool to Quantum. This will allow for other tokens to utilize the tool, performing migrations of their contracts. Sure, Will, maybe you'll be able to touch on that a little bit more, but it allows other tokens to recognize H4G and Quantum DeFi to come over to us and stake on our platform. Something we've already seen other tokens come in our space and do NFT drops. We want to see the similar activity within the staking feature. Play to earn, we're looking at environmental graphics. Concluding, we do have a few leaks on the environmental graphics. We do have a few things that we want to disclose. This is very, very elementary based on what we have coming down the pipeline, but there are a lot of progress coming through the chain on the play to earn. I think we already disclosed what 3D guy is on the forefront of that.
Yes.
Justin, the 3D guy, really good resume, really good person to work with. Environmentals, details on surrounding interactions, theme involvement is almost complete. Trailer will launch soon. This is a massive space to launch something like this, especially with some of the Twitch networking that we have. So this would be really, really good for us as far as our income / holder count goes. It'll be really good to see that, hey, not only breaking into the real estate venture, breaking into multi-staking venture, but we're also breaking into the gaming development venture. And it really ties up the portfolio really well. Other than that, marketing, this is something we're going to keep on, hyping on as the market does dump or is very volatile, where we put our assets. I know a lot of people want to know, hey, when marketing, when are we going to go ahead and advertise this stuff? The answer is right now, actually. So I'm going to introduce Kevin. He's been a really good close friend of mine for a while. We've been talking about crypto assets and H4G ventures for a while. I wanted to bring him in because he does have a good resume. He does have a good head on his shoulders. And there's a lot of things that, we know we lack as a group, other than just, putting code to the computer. We need to go ahead and branch out. And right now, actually, the price action for BNB allocates us that leisure to hire Kevin and bring some marketing into our portfolio here. So we're going to actually effective immediately start a marketing campaign for those of you guys wondering. And we're going to start launching some of these features and some of these leaks and into spaces that we haven't actually advertised into. So some of the new faces that you guys have actually seen in the general or even in this VC has been a product of that. Very, very, very early. But now we are going to be launching a multi-system campaign, I would say, in different ventures. So that's going to be something you guys are really going to appreciate. And there's a couple other leaks. I would say the quantum token being one. Positive sentiment. You guys can see the, if you guys want to go ahead and screenshot, or we'll actually keep this as a posted history or a pinned history here. And then we can start seeing the sentiment grow, and you guys can see where that marketing allocated to the sentiment gains too. That's just basically us putting our money where our mouth is and see how many people are paying attention to us and invest. All in all, I hope that was long-winded enough. But quantum token, it's going to be a really, really good native project that we're going to want to launch here. I'll touch on it a little bit. Essentially, we're going after the market as far as centralized exchange goes. I'm allowed to say that, right?
Yes.
So, another big question. Another big question. Why can't we list on a centralized exchange? Well, it doesn't support tokenomics. So what we have is Quantum DeFi, and everything we want to bring into Quantum DeFi as far as our newslettering, MP3, a couple other things I don't want to disclose right now. We can all centralize that on a native token. No, there's not going to be rewards. It's going to be like a BNB sector, right? So we bring that into a tradable. We list it on a centralized exchange. More people become aware of, okay, hey, these guys have a DeFi platform on a centralized exchange with another token, H4G, and there's our link there, as well as the island token. Wait, they have a real estate asset? Boom. Wait, they have an MP3 asset? Boom. We're working on branching out. This is why we've taken our time. And this is why it's taken so long, is because we have so many branches out there right now that we're trying to tie up. And we're trying to capture so many markets, but we have the backing to do so properly. We're just trying to do it correctly. So right now is going to be our midstream, I would say, downstream marketing strategy to open up into this sector to create that kind of revenue so we can zip up the rest of the streams that we have and allow Quantum Token to become birthed and allow us to be a tradable centralized exchange token.
Not as much as I thought.
Is there anything else you want me to cover, Bob?
I thought I would have more toppings.
No, actually, that's perfect. One thing that I did want to touch on that he briefly mentioned. The reason that we want to do the Quantum DeFi the way we're doing it is because we want to be able to have, I don't know if you guys remember, and for those of you who are new to Hodl4Gold and Quantum DeFi, the news, podcast, broadcasting sector is going to be huge, right? And the reason that is because every time somebody clicks on a news article and it brings them to Quantum DeFi, those are new eyes on Quantum DeFi and Hodl4Gold. So the more news that we can put out into the world, the more podcasts, the more news articles, the more interviews, the more video broadcasts that we put out there, that's just more eyes that gets on to Quantum DeFi, ISL, Hodl4Gold, right? And it's the same with launching Quantum DeFi as a token, right? We get on not one CEX, but 2, 3, 4, several.
As I know a couple people understand the old Ethereum merger coming up here soon. They're taking advantage of that. Awesome. That's what you guys want to do. As if more people become aware of that system and understand the whole market sentiment, that's something Quantum DeFi can bring to everybody, even if they are early or even if they are, elementary to the whole crypto market. That's something that they're going to want to take advantage of. Well, not only just the holders, but the exterior or other people that are going to want to come in and say, hey, these guys have a real good alerting system. These guys have a podcast that's running, 8 hours, 10 hours of the day, and I'm able to do trades with them. I'm able to understand market sentiment. I want to get the updates. I want to get, maybe even some inside leaks, some movers, some volume. That's what I do. I know Rhino knows that. I do volume trades. I day trade as a side hustle constantly, and I'm constantly moving out movers, volumes. That's something that would be added to Quantum DeFi as a tool for everybody, not just holders, but for external personnel as well. A lot of people utilize FinViz as a screener. That's kind of what we're shooting for. Not necessarily a stock screener, but we want to say, hey, This is going to be our launches when we have our launch pad. This is what's going on the DEX. This is the volume that we have on this centralized exchange. This is what we're looking at as a group. Hey, a lot of you guys in here took advantage of some of the whitelist spots or private spots and some other tokens, and they profit from it. That's something we want to throw out there. We want to cover everything crypto and stock market within Quantum DeFi to utilize as a tool for not only the holders but everyone externally. And we want to throw out letterheadings. We want to throw out news updates, not just for H4G but for Island Token and for Quantum Token, so everyone can take advantage of that. That's going to bring a lot of eyes. That's going to bring a lot of clicks. It's going to bring a lot of market sentiment for everyone, of course, to profit too. The end deal being, bringing in more eyes, bringing in more holders, so we can go ahead and bring you guys more utilities.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Millie, for taking over. I don't know, for those of you who were here during our launch, you might remember that I was not there for part of it because I had lost connection and didn't know it. So I was actually doing a play-by-play of the launch and nobody heard it. So the same thing just happened. I lost connection, and so yeah, fun times. Thank you for Millie for letting me know. But he was actually touching on exactly what I wanted to talk about, was all of these things that we're doing as far as the news and launching Quantum as a token and everything like that. That is to get a lot more eyes on H4G, right? The reason that we're kicking off marketing now is because it's time to, right? So yeah, thank you, Millie, for all of that. I appreciate it. Do you want to go ahead and introduce Kevin as part of the team?
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's on here anymore. I know we're going through a real. Oh, there he is. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're going through a tropical storm almost coming through the place. Power's gone out a few times, but okay. Yeah, I hired Kevin here recently. Brought him in as a marketing lead. We watch you guys comment in general. We watch some of the mods concerns, marketing, and even just the free marketing. I wouldn't say it's our crutch or we're lacking of. It's more or less where we're allocating the time to. Now, like I said, it is time to attack the market. It's time to attack the marketing strategies. Kevin's going to be on the forefront of that. He's going to be assisting Cool and everything social. We might actually be working on a full-fledged rebrand here soon. And that's actually very exciting. Some of the stuff, Kevin, he's really creative mind. He's project manager for multiple plants out here working with me. He's easy to talk to. He understands. He has a good voice, and he also is pretty good at tackling some of the marketing sectors, and some of the ideas that he has is pretty out of this world. So what we're going to do is bring him aboard. Everything's been allocated. Everything's good to go. I've already kicked him over some of the accounts, and some of the stuff he's already took off with is like rocket at launch there. So we're going to go ahead and work closely with him. I know Rhino and himself are going to be doing some graphics. I might reach out to some of the mods, and we're going to get the ball rolling here as far as marketing strategy at possibly the crypto bottom. We might be seeing a full-fledged reverse here. So price action, keep it at B, but we're going to be allocating some funds in that area. And I don't know if Kevin, if you want to speak on it a little bit or not, but right now is it's time. So we're going to go ahead and bring some more faces in. We're going to bring some more activity. You guys are going to start seeing some PRs posted, some socials posted. We're going to be dropping our multi-staking feature here very soon, which you guys can see in our dev updates. That's going to be allowing other tokens to not only get recognized as a partnership, but is allowing us to get recognized with their holders as well. And it's going to be extremely profitable. I've already talked to Master Key Token. Shout out to them if they're in here. Love them to death. Really love working with that dev team. CEO is a boss. Love it to death. Those guys are going to be working with us with interwebbing, a lot of the staking features, a lot of good things to come from them, a lot of good things to come from us. And, the strong will prevail. So, some of these partnerships in the BSC space or even the Ethereum space are a little weaker than most. So that's why they either sell out or they leave. Us, we're still here, and it's been midst of the bear market. And, people have reached out to us. We've reached out to people, and it's been nothing but, creating that solid rope there so we can get off the ledge, get off the cliff, and, look at a new higher highs.
Kevin, how you doing, buddy? Is your mic good enough to say a few words?
Yeah, I think so. Can you guys hear me okay? Is there feedback?
No, sir. You sound glorious.
You can hear me all good? All right. Well, yeah, finally. Geez, we got some chatty Cathys here, so I finally get a chance to say hello to everybody. And no, it's a pleasure to be here. I wouldn't be here if I didn't think the project and H4G and Quantum and the whole group as a whole isn't really something special, right? So what we have here in the reflection tokens and the rewards and the platform that we have that has a chance to bring real world utility with Island Token and the staking platforms and everything that we have coming up. It's just an exciting time to be here. So, with that, I've been in the crypto space for about over 2 years now, so I've kind of followed some projects, and everybody knows what happened in 20 and 21. Just a massive boom. So I've seen projects succeed. I've seen projects fail. I've followed NFT projects. So really interested in the NFT space as well. But I'm also a businessman, right? So I handle my business in a particular way. I'm very particular and very detail oriented, and I'm hoping to kind of bring some of that energy to this company. And Rhino touched on it. First thing, right? We are focused on becoming a successful company, and I think the marketing strategy that we need to employ shows just that, right? So we need to employ these marketing strategies in a way that show that we are a very credible and valid company moving forward. So I hope to do that. We do have some work to do, but we are steady behind the scenes working. Will's doing a good job. I work with him pretty closely on some of the ideas that I have. So, we have a very supportive team, and I thank everybody for the support as well, and the team themselves for bringing me on and having the faith in me and trusting me. And touching on the team aspect, right? I mean, we are going to be working as a team and a unit going forward, right? So, and maybe Millie and Rhino, you can touch on it as well, but we want to work as a cohesive unit going forward to move in the right direction in a progressive way, and all the things that we deploy to you as products and utility, and even the upgrades that we're doing, right? So, man, I feel like I just rambled a little bit, but yeah, if at any time you guys want to reach out, if you guys have any questions or concerns or even ideas, hell, DM me. I'm available, as is all the rest of the team. So, again, pleasure to be here. Pleasure to meet everyone. And with that, I'll give it back to Rhino.
Appreciate it, Kev. Thank you, sir.
Kevin, thank you. Guys, you don't know how excited I am to have Kevin on board. He really is a master of a lot of different crafts, and he's going to utilize that to bring H4G where we've wanted it to be and where we know it can go. I'm looking around in this room, and I see people that have been here from the beginning. I see people that have joined us and just have been huge cheerleaders for us. And believe me, like everything that we do, all of the work that goes into not only developing but the planning and just everything, we do it for you guys. We do it for the people that have been here from day one. We do it for the guy that invested just yesterday, right? And we do it for the guy that's going to invest in 2 months and 2 years, right? So we really want to just emphasize to you guys that I know that there's days where not much chat is going on in Discord or Telegram, but I assure you, behind the scenes we are working our fingers to the bone, right? Getting just everything in the right order so that when we launch these things and as products start coming out, it just blows people away and it gets people on board with us, right, and with you. So with that, I want to thank everybody. I'm going to open it up for questions now. So I saw that somebody asked, "Where's Dez? Where's Diamond Hands?" Diamond Hands and Jess are both on the way to Diamond's boat. Um, I'm not really supposed to say too much about this, but they are going to Diamond's boat and they are heading to Vanuatu. And they have to go to Vanuatu because they have to be in person to sign the documents to secure that property. The deposit's already made. It's a done deal. It's just pen has to go to paper. So that's why Jess and Diamond aren't here tonight. They are on the way to sign paperwork. Like I said earlier, Jess will be either recording a video for us or doing a AMA that's kind of impromptu that'll be recorded, talking about the play to earn game and everything above and beyond what Millie already talked about.
Yeah, so for those that don't understand, sometimes Des comes in here and gives you guys an update on rafting. Sorry for the children in the background, but understanding the venture to Vanuatu is actually going to be, and I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble, but we're going to do an AMA via on the raft on the craft or on the island after we're done with the full disclosure on the island there. So that's going to be something that we're going to want to capture very, very soon. I'm not sure if he gave us a roadmap on that yet, but I know the install, everything on the boat is going to be complete this week, according to the conversation that I'm reading now. But getting everything, AMA and Wi-Fi ridden is going to be within the next month or two. And that would be something we're really going to want to capture here soon.
Yeah.
Not only for the holders, but for publicity as well.
Yep. Yeah. So for those of you who do not know, we are purchasing 2 plots on Vanuatu that is going to be utilized for crypto in one way or another. But more importantly, it gives us what Millie was talking about earlier, a headquarters that is very tax friendly to the crypto space. So those are all things that we are working on to secure some of the things that we want to do fiat wise down the road. So
what's the next question on that, wind or solar?
So my vote will always be solar, but wind kills birds.
Buyback burn system, send it back to the grid, utilize the government funding to go back into buys, or just straight into buyback and burn. Your choice. That's all I'm going to say on that one. USFC 90 actually has a good point. I know he's on that side of the business sector, solar being too, it is high cost, high drag actually. So that's something we're going to want to visit, basically the kilowatts per hour fed back to, spend 100K on solar panel. Yeah, it's the ROI on that, right? So drafting, wind, et cetera. But hey, that doesn't exclude, some of the rentals and resorts that we have in mind. So. No, good point though. There's a lot of people in here that know I'm actually in that sector as well as development for renewable energy. It's not like we're just a bunch of guys behind the computer that we're going to go ahead and open up some type of grid system farm. No, I've actually commissioned probably about 5 or 6 of these plants personally myself. I've designed about, I'd say 8 to 10. I know Free Tissue, he's on the forefront of construction management. I do automation engineering and energy renewables, so it's actually like right down our alley that we're going to be attacking this. This is not going to bring up other projects, but this isn't a stunt where we're going to third-party contract everything. We actually know what we're doing on this one.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, as you guys know, there's several of us that have been in real estate for years, right? So believe me, every aspect of everything that we do for each island and each token that accompanies the island, we've got not only the manpower but the experienced manpower to make it all happen. All right. Do we have any other questions? Yeah.
If any questions do come up, of course, please refer back to our weekly updates. A lot of this stuff, like I've said before, we have a lot going on, but this is a slow introductory to what we have coming up for Quantum as far as the newsletter, our podcasting, our update, market sentiment updates go. This is very elementary in this style for us. So we're breaking into this very, very slowly for y'all to expect something bigger in the end. But if you guys have any questions, any concerns, you guys see something that you want to be added or subtracted, let us know in the DMs. Y'all know I answer within pretty much under 5 minutes for everybody. I'm always on. So if you guys have anything at all, kick it our way.
So USMC and Ginger Rabbit. To touch
You
on
guys want
both.
to update? You guys even have questions about marketing?
Usually, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to touch on both of those, a time frame is not determined yet because we want to secure the property. I can tell you that the actual token contract itself is in the development stages. So short of that,
Token.
yeah, short of that, yeah, we don't have an exact time frame. Okay. You guys know how real estate deals go, especially international real estate deals. So we don't want to set a time frame because you just never know. But as Millie touched on a little earlier, yeah, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah. Real quick. So it has been determined. I did talk to the devs that we signed with, NDA'd with. It is going to be on the BSC space.
Yes.
The token, the contract is in development. We are utilizing the BSC space because it is going to feed back into the buyback and burn system. There's a couple other ways that the Island token is going to benefit H4G and Quantum DeFi as a whole.
Yes.
So we're going to go ahead and keep it, of course, native within our system. Maybe later on we might find some externals in the ERC20, et cetera, but right now we're going to keep it in the BSC space. And right now, I would say we're probably, if I could guess, looking at some of the Telegram interaction, 40% complete. So I don't want to say 2 weeks, 2 months, 1 month, 1 week. I would, utilize that as a hint somewhere within there, just based on some of the talk I've had with those devs and Will, of course. But we are on the forefront. It's not a dead project. We are 100% signed over. We've already allocated funds. We have a full-on dev team. Understanding everything that we want. They're coming up with their own utilities. We're backing it up with some other ideas as far as H4G concerns go. We are 100% moving on with the ISL token. It's just seeming, like a long time. If anybody's ever invested in a OTC IPO or any IPOs at all, they understand that those don't come up for a few years. I'm not saying it's going to last that long at all. I'm saying within the year, based on some of the Telegram conversation and the coding that I've already reviewed. But right now, we are 100% go on this. The hardest part is tying the actual real estate in another country's marketing prices within a cryptocurrency that's stated here in the States, right? That's the problem. So we need to make sure that curve is correct, or all this is, useless. So that's our market we're attacking. We are literally a cryptocurrency attacking a real estate market in another country for the benefit of power and also vacation.
Yes.
So if you guys, have a better avenue, I'll hire you because it is extremely hard to do.
But as Millie said earlier, part of the battle has already been won because the incorp and the banking over there is already a lock. So,
yeah, I had to sign my life away, disclose all the funding I've ever done for the past 6 years, anything I've ever paid for, any nefarious activity I've ever done. I had to get a notarized police report for the past 6 years. I've had to show them everything I've ever done in my life, how many times I go to the bathroom a day just to open up an incorporation and banking, strategies over there. I had to work through a firm, cost money out of the pocket, and later on we'll be extremely profitable out of this whole endeavor. Like I said, it takes time. Something like this, it's pretty tedious. You can't do anything wrong. You have lawyers, you have attorneys, you have people that don't even speak English trying to contact you on some concerns. But we did get through that milestone. I would say that is phase two, in my opinion. Just
Yeah.
establishing the land and purchasing, and our down payment was phase one. That has already been addressed for those of you who have already asked. That already down payment has been secured. It is basic. It is in our name. It is done. So now we have established, an incorporation there saying, hey, we can do business, we can move funds, we have a tax-free advantage, et cetera, et cetera. This is what we're doing. So, fortunately for y'all are going to be a part of a cryptocurrency and or LLC here based out of Texas that's going to be taking advantage of the real estate sector overseas, as well as banking, tax-free advantages for something that you guys can even visit and hold in your hand one of these days.
Absolutely. All right, one more question, and then we're moving on to the fun part of the night. Is the lotto going to be changed / updated? Be better in tickets H4G than payout in BUSD. So yes, look, every product, every utility that we launch, we're always going to be looking for ways to update it. And it is possible that at some point you'll be able to use H4G to buy a ticket. These are things that we have talked about as a team. It was easier to launch V2 using just BUSD. But yes, the Lotto V2, as with everything that we do, will have updates from time to time. Good question. I see Torquay and Kirsten typing.
Oh, Torquay's texting. Hold on.
Okay.
Scared.
Is the island token going to be released this year? So as Millie just said, it is a part of phase two. We would like it to be released this year, but we are not committing to any time frames. As everything stands right now, we don't see a reason why it wouldn't be, but we do not want to commit to saying absolutely. You guys know how time frames work in crypto, right? The minute you pass a deadline, you catch it from all sides. We're done with that time. We're done with that. We're going to do things going forward the way that it really should be done all the time. If we don't know for certain, we're not going to say it. What is the next big thing to be fully released / set up? The rebranding and the marketing. So the rebranding the website's already almost done as far as the updates that we're going to do to it. I think the only thing that we have left now is a little bit of work on the white paper and a few little edits on the website, and that will be the next thing. Marketing, like Millie said earlier, marketing is on the way, right? So we're kicking that into overdrive starting tomorrow. That doesn't mean you're going to see marketing tomorrow. That means that funds have been allocated and moving forward, you're going to start seeing it. But as far as us as a team and the things that we have to do to make it happen, it starts tomorrow. Let's see. So yes, RWB, we are going to be launching a quantum token that is going to be used as a token that goes on centralized exchanges to bring more eyes to H4G, Quantum, and the Island projects. H4G will always be the main token. It is the rewards token, right? That is where you guys get the BUSD rewards for holding. So everything that we do is to drive people to H4G. It is to get eyes on Hodl4Gold to create buys and sells that reward the holders. So yes, H4G will always be the main token, but we're going to have a bunch of others that feed into and funnel investors to Hodl4Gold to increase rewards, also to increase that burn rate, right? Because every buy and sell, tokens get burned. So the more tokens get burned, the less in supply, the higher the value. Good question. So for Quantum, there is not a pre-sale, simply because, at least not as of right now, simply because it's going to be a centralized exchange token, right? That is governed by the SEC, so we have to follow SEC rules. We will get back to you as far as any details once we start working that out. And as far as ISL or the island token, yes, there is a private sale going on right now. You can. I haven't asked Diamond in the last few weeks, but the last time I talked to him, private was still open for the island token. I do know that if it's still open now, we are going to have to close that here very soon because we're going to be preparing to launch it. You know, at some point here in the future. So I can't tell you how much longer it'll be open, but last I heard, yes, we are still taking private sale for the island token. Can you buy quantum tokens with H4G tokens, or do you need... Okay, so we were just talking about this earlier, actually. So the ultimate plan is for you to, for an average investor, somebody who is not you know, that knowledgeable on DeFi, to be able to buy a quantum token on a centralized exchange, be able to come to our DEX and swap it easily for H4G. That is the ultimate goal. Notice I said our DEX. Right now, you have to buy BNB, send BNB to, you know, in Smart Chain, right, BSC. You have to send BNB to MetaMask, Trust Wallet, whatever, right? Go to PancakeSwap, swap it out for H4G. We're looking to cut some of those steps. That's one of the benefits of having Quantum token on the BSC, right? It'll be a direct swap. So these are things that, yes, are in the works, and that we're working on planning and making sure that everything works the way that it's supposed to. All right. Looks like that's all the questions we have tonight, guys. The next AMA, the next big AMA, will be with Jess, discussing the parts of the play to earn game that we weren't able to discuss here tonight. And then after that, we will have another AMA 2 weeks from tonight, basically the same format as this one. Okay, maybe with a little bit of tweaks and changes. But you can expect an AMA from us every 2 weeks from here on forward. Even if it's just to say, hey, everything's on track. But we're going to have an AMA every 2 weeks going forward. Okay?
Yeah, expect the Monday newsletters, expect some flash news for some updates that we see internally. We'll keep improving on the H4G International as far as partnership goes and some of the sentiment that we're seeing. But like I said, this will all creep into our Quantum DeFi newsletter heading, our new branch as far as our podcasting goes. But yeah, so start to expect some frequency from us. You know, the bear market does, you know, create a lot of hibernation, but it just made us work a little harder. So we created more ideas. Now that we're going to get those ideas and broadcast them to y'all.
Yep. Absolutely, guys. Look, I told y'all when all this stuff started and tokens were folding left and right, that it just meant that we're going to work harder, and that's what we've been doing, right? It hasn't been out for the world to see. It has been in the background, but believe me, that's what's been going on. So it's not going to stop now. It's only going to intensify. We're going to keep increasing it, and things are going to start happening. So we greatly appreciate everybody. Thank you. If you have any questions, feel free to DM any of the team, and we'll be happy to answer them for you. Thank you guys, and have a good night.